Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm gonna talk about Popeye. And the reason I'm talking about him is because the character, at least the original version from 1929, has now entered the public domain. So yes, anybody can use that version and however they choose, and not get sued for it. Well, anyway, my earliest memory of Popeye, I think it was when I was three, I think, or maybe it was four, but well, I remember watching this Popeye cartoon. I didn't bother find what channel it was on, but yes, I think it was a weekday afternoon, and I saw it with my mother. I did enjoy it. Of course, I didn't know I was watching, something old because of how young I was at the time. And I think the next time I saw a Popeye cartoon was when my mother and I were visiting her side of the family in Peru. Maybe it was 1990 or 1989, but yes, I do remember watching a Popeye cartoon over there. And of course, since it was a Spanish speaking country, I saw it in Spanish. Now, in the third house I remember living in America, well, yeah, there was a time when I would watch Popeye cartoons on a regular basis on weekday afternoons. Like after school or during the summer vacation. Of course, back then I didn't know what summer vacation was because, once again, of how young I was at the time. So anyway, yes, I did enjoy watching those old Popeye cartoons, and one of the things that I remember was that Popeye he would always eat spinach when he was ever in a situation like where he was going to be beaten up, and once he ate the spinach, he became super strong or did crazy things with his body, which helped him defeat his enemies. And his main enemy was Pluto, and that's Pluto with a B, as in boy. So yes, and he also has a girlfriend named Olive Oil, and other characters in the Popeye franchise are, well, Popeye's adopted son, Sweepy. There are also his nephews. I didn't bother memorize their names. And let's see. Oh, and there was this character called Wimpy. He would always say, "I'll pay you next Tuesday for a hamburger today." Let's see. Now, about the spinach thing, well, Popeye is the reason why I was never picky about spinach. Instead, I always look forward to eating spinach because, of how I saw was portrayed in the Popeye cartoons. I remember one time when I was 4 or 5, and me and mother went to this grocery store. I didn't quite remember the name, but I remember she saw some spinach, and I was excited about it because of Popeye. Yes, and there was a period I didn't watch Popeye cartoons for a while, not because I didn't want to, but I guess it wasn't airing any channels I was watching at the time. Of course, maybe it was somewhere around the 90s. I did remember watching, well, finding this show called Popeye and Son. And, well, in that series, well, Popeye and Olive Oil are married and they have a son named Popeye Jr. I'm not sure if I've seen a full episode, maybe a bit of it, but, and many years later, once I started watching Cartoon Network, I did find some Popeye cartoons as well, mostly late night. But yes, oh, I also found that there was a live action Popeye movie back in 1980, starring Robert Williams. I saw part of it on TV, but I saw it on YouTube years ago, the whole thing. Oh, and I also learned that having plans for Popeye to appear in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but things he went through, and something about not wanting to pay royalties to creator or his family, but whoever owns, the rights to Popeye at the time, since the creator died 10 years after Popeye was premiered. Yes. Well, anyway, and see, and oh yeah, I did learn that the old Popeye cartoons have been scheduled to air on MeToon TV, which is just a network that would show old cartoons. I haven't bothered to check, if they still air there, but fortunately, I don't need MeToon TV. I mean, MeToon's TV to watch old cartoons because it's more convenient for me to watch them online on my own time instead of going to a network schedule. Oh, there are also Popeye comic books. Oh yeah, forgot to mention that eventually I did learn about the history of Popeye. That he first appeared in a comic series called Simple Theater. Of course, he started out as a side character, and he looked different than somewhat different than he does now. But well, after the character was not being used for a while, the readers demanded for him to be brought back, and yes, he was brought back, and eventually he started his own series, and some of the characters I mentioned became part of his franchise. And I also learned that Popeye's first animated cartoon was in 1933 called Popeye the Sailor, and it was a Petty Poop cartoon. And yes, and this one, so it's a Popeye and Petty Poop crossover. And more Popeye cartoons came afterwards. At least he started his own cartoon series and a few TV shows. And it's thanks to Popeye that many kids want to eat spinach. Now, of course, as a kid, I did see TV shows where kids they want spinach, and at the time I was kind of confused because I was thinking like maybe they never seen Popeye and maybe that's why they don't like spinach. But I wasn't one of those kids. I mean, like I said before, I look forward to eating spinach back when I was a kid, and I'm not picky about it to this day either. Oh, and also the character has been referenced and parodied in many movies and TV shows. Well, TV shows I mean mostly like I remember fairly apparent that a few Popeye parodies. There was one character called Popeye, the longshoreman, and instead of eating spinach, he ate beets. But it was supposed to be, anyway. Let's see. Oh, and I did find out that there was an episode of Data in the Skull where Cyborg ate spinach. He became sort of like Popeye. Even Family Guy had a few Popeye references. Oh, even The Simpsons too. Oh, and Full House. Even well, the character Joey Gladstone, he would impersonate Popeye a lot. Yeah. So yes, Popeye became so popular that he was referenced in many TV shows, whether animated or live action. Now, uh, for Popeye being the public domain, well, there is going to be a horror movie called Popeye the Slayer Man, which is going to be released this year. But of course, anybody can use him now, as long as they use the 1929 version. I mean, I don't have plans for using Popeye in anything at the moment. Not because I don't want to. I just don't have anything planned at the moment. But if I were to, well, that still remains to be seen. But you, if you want to use a character, you can, as long as you use the 1929 version at the moment. Later versions will be public domain later, as each year goes by. So you will have to look up some stuff to make sure whatever you want to do is on the public domain thing. So yes, I think that's what I can say about Popeye in this video, and also please share this please subscribe to my channel because it will help me a lot, and also please share this video on social media like Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. So that's it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.